everyone, it's Susan here. I've got I'm going to take you along with me while I learn to make this card that has a secret message. I watched 3, 4 videos on someone making it, different people, and then I read out a written instruction and saw pictures step by step, and it still made no sense to me. So I decided I'm just going to make it with you the same time so that we can see the magic of it together. And that's it exactly. It's a magic trick, I guess. I'm going to go with this yellow. Okay, so the first thing they did was they took a sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper and cut it in half on the long side. So that would be 5.5. Okay. We just need one of them. So then we're going to turn this. So now this is 8.5. So half is 4 1/4. We're going to score that. Half of 4 1/4 is 2 1/8. So we'll score that. And then rotate it. So 2 1/8. So now I have 8.5 by 5.5, 4 1/4, 2 1/8, flip it, 2 1/8. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and we're just going to score this, or bone fold, use a bone folder to crease these. Okay, so one thing they did, I saw people do this different ways, is they measured, you have, this length is, what did I say? 5.5, right? Yeah, 5.5. And we have to divide that into 4. So what I'm going to do is 5.5. Half of 5 is 2 1/4, so 2 3/4 is the middle point. Actually, I want to see where those folds are. What did I say? 2 3/4. So 5.5. 5 is 2.5. 2 3/4. And we're going to score just up to this fold line. Doesn't have to be all the way, but you have to see that this score line. These are going to be cut lines. So 2 3/4, half of 2 3/4, 1, and then half of 3/4 would be 3/8, 1 3/8. Score it, and then I need 1 3/8 from this side. Let's go like this. I don't know if it's just me and it's early and I can't do the math today. So then I'm going to come down at this end because I flipped it and score here. Okay, so this, let's see if I can show this on camera. I've got a fold, or like score line, score line, score line. And then I did this, those score lines. Those are what we're going to cut on. So we're going to have 4 equal places to cut. I think I'm just going to use my scissors. And cut right up to that fold. Okay, so now we have this. Okay. So now I need 2 pieces of paper to fit in here. And I think I will do lightweight cardstock for this. So if I cut this in half, oh, that's the score bar, the score thing. And then I need them to 2 1/8. Right, so I'll need 2 pieces that are 2 1/8 inch wide, but I'm going to cut them just a little bit narrower so that they fit. I think they'll slide in better if I do that. So there's one, so 2 1/8, and then just come back a bit. And that's all we need apparently for this part. So then you feed it through here. So there's one. And then the other one you do the opposite. So we're going to come in from behind, up here. Tuck it in here. Oops. And then come back up here. Okay. So let's fold that back up. Where'd my bone folder go? There we go. Give it a good press. And I think I did it the other way too. I'm not sure. Okay. And then this, okay, so you do this, and then, oh my God, it worked. Okay, so hold up. So there's that. How do you get to the secret part? Oh, just like that. I don't understand it. Okay, so I'm going to make, this is the front of my card. I would open it up. Now, how do they know? Like, if you send this to someone, how do they know to squeeze it and open it up for the secret message? Oh my God, I'm just like, I could not figure that out for the life of me. I'm so glad I made this. Okay, I'm going to decorate this up and I'll come back and show you the finished product. All right, hi everyone. I'm back with the finished card. This was the mock-up one. I didn't use this because it's just for me to have as a sample for later. I need to do that again. But this is my finished card. I went with white cardstock everywhere. So when you, okay, so looks like a typical card, except here you're going to open it this way. And then I kept these 2 pieces white, so everything's white, and then stamped every sentiment, every other one, and then found some scrap paper and used some dies. I pulled out a lot of different sets to use. So then when you go like this, you open it up and there's more. I had so much fun. I got little smudges everywhere, but you know what? It's okay. It's fun. And then it goes back. I kind of wish I left a little empty spot to, you know, write something. I'm going to try my eraser, see if I can clean that up. But I can write here. Now, one thing I did, so the samples that I saw, these both moved all the time. So this one I stuck down. So I'm going to show you how I did it on this one. So underneath, if you slide this up, you can see that there's some empty spots, right? And there's the other sentiment. And that's you'll see when you flip it over. So what I did, put this back in. On this one, there's a little bit of tape underneath this piece because it's blank underneath. So here, I'm going to put a piece of tape right here. Peel that back, slide that in there, just give it a press. I didn't quite line it up. Oh well, just leave it. There, so now you don't have to worry about these papers falling out. Yeah, it's not quite lined up, but that's okay. Isn't that cool? So what I did is stamped this guy, Bundles Buddy from Penny Black, masked it off, and then sponged the background with some Distress Oxide inks. Then I cut the panel like this and then adhered it to this card base here. So attached it here and then cut. So that's going to give me my overlap and my opening. And then I did it on this side of the card. And then I stamped the sentiment on white paper and then cut the paper to line up into here. And how I did that is I stamped the sentiment, lined this stamp set up over top onto the white paper, and then just stamped the bottom part and then cut along there so that it was easy to piece this in. And then just added a piece here. So she's on snow. So anyways, I hope it all makes sense and that you'll give it a try. I got to tell you, like I said earlier, I watched 3-4 videos of this and I watched them doing it and I was like putting it together and opening it up and I'm like, how the heck are they doing that? But once you do it, once you make it, it's like, oh, I get it. I totally get it. And if you do this enough times, if you send it to someone, they're going to see that, well, why does it fold? And they'll see the opening. You have to play with it a bit to make it loose so that if you send it, it will open for the person. So anyways, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you give it a try and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.